Hi, what's up? Today we are actually in Epcot for a very special reason, kind of bittersweet. Spaceship Earth is going to be closing on the 25th for some much needed refurbishments. It's not going to be a major closing. They're not going to be, redoing the entire ride or anything like that, but they are going to be, giving it some touch-ups, maybe changing the screens and stuff. But who knows, maybe halfway through it they decide, we're going to close it and just completely redo the whole thing. I don't know. But I wanted to come all the way up from Miami and see if, we could ride it one more time and see what kind of changes they're going to make. I also have never ridden Test Track, 3.0 I mean, the new one. And I've also never been to Biergarten, so we're going to have lunch there. So it's a day of see you real soons and a lot of hellos. So let's get on in there and see what the land has in store for us. And there she is in all her glory. Isn't she beautiful? The Food and Wine Festival is also going to be starting soon. I think it starts on the 28th and it's currently the 23rd. So I want to also go around World Showcase and see what kind of updates I can get for the booths that are showing up. I know there's a Guardians of the Galaxy booth that's brand new. But first, before I even ride Spaceship Earth, I need to make it to Test Track because there's going to be some thunderstorms happening soon and they might close it. So let's go ride 3.0 for the first time. It has been so long since I've seen this facade. Oh, and they have the atrium again from World of Motion. Oh my God. I wonder how long the wait is. Let's see. Okay, well, Test Track is currently experiencing extended delay, so I'm not gonna be riding it now. They don't know when it's gonna open. The park just opened about 23 minutes ago, technically almost an hour ago for resort guests. Yeah, so no Test Track. Which is fine, that's okay. Let's check out Creations and see some of the new Halloween merch. So we're in Creations now, and if there is one thing that Disney does right, it is their Halloween merchandise. Like, it's such a good classic, like old-timey Halloween style. Just look at these, how dang cute. Maybe I can hang this from my door. How much is this anyway? It's a wreath. $100, so I'm not gonna be taking that with me. Spookiest place on earth. That is adorable. The one issue that I have with like Disney merchandise is always a lot of it is somewhat impractical. Like, I live in Florida. I can wear this maybe 2 weeks out of the whole year. Oh my goodness. Dude, if that ain't me, I don't know what is. Look at these. Oh, yeah, there it is. This is the shirt that Ashley wanted me to bring back for her. Yep, I'm leaving with this today. All right, so Test Track is still closed. That's fine. Let's try to ride Spaceship Earth. Ooh, I hear them testing it. Okay, so they're testing Test Track. Let's ride Spaceship Earth, and then we'll try and do Test Track afterwards. Also, from here, my vantage point, it seems like they're actually doing the test kitchen for one of the new booths for the Food and Wine Festival, Flavors from Fire. They're actually making the food right now at the fire pit. I'm not gonna record the cast members doing their thing, they're all training on it, but it is really, really cool to see them kind of actively working on the new menus. But let's go do Spaceship Earth and see by the time we get out of there if Test Track is back open. So Spaceship Earth, like I mentioned, is going to be closing for a much needed refurbishment. It's mostly going to be maintenance. It was slated to have a complete refresh, redo in 2020 as part of the new Epcot, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, they did cut those plans. And I'm sure it's still going to happen down the line, but this one's going to be more for changing the screens, kind of fixing the track a bit. More of like a wear and tear type of maintenance refurb, but I don't know what's gonna stay, what's gonna be reduced or taken away. They could change the animation, who knows? So I wanted to make sure to come and ride it one more time. They have had different versions throughout the years. The one from my childhood is the Jeremy Irons one, but right now they have this current one that's been going on since I think 2007, I believe. So I think this is like the longest iteration of it, but there's still some pieces left over from the older versions, and I'm gonna see if I can try to capture it. I might not be able to, depending on how dark it is, but if I can, I'll still pop a photo in there at the end of the ride. But let's go do Spaceship Earth and try it one more time.
During your slow-moving journey, your time machine will slowly rotate backward and may stop momentarily.
This is Spaceship Earth Control. Welcome aboard.
Like a grand and miraculous spaceship, our planet has sailed through the universe of time. And for a brief moment, we have been among its passengers. Recorded history, we've been inventing the future one step at a time. Here, in this hostile world, is where our story begins. Struggling with one small problem. When we moved, the recorded knowledge stayed behind. Paris, in turn, creates better record keeping, plans, designs, and unfortunately taxes. But it also brings with it the dawn of great civilization, which none of the others can understand. But with the machines, technology, and the birth of the high-tech life we enjoy at worldwide web. And the story of Alexandria
barbecue smell.
over by Arab and Jewish scholars. Call it the first backup system. The books are saved, and with them our dreams of the future. Here in Europe, monks toil endlessly recording books by hand. But that is about to change. In 1850, Gutenberg invents the movable type printing press. Now knowledge can travel as fast as these new books, and travel they do. Books make it easier to invent the future in every field. As a result of an incredible explosion of innovation we call the Renaissance.
Hopefully they fix the paper bill. The Wizard of Oz is the record that's displayed.
To send a man to the
Ladies and gentlemen, our time travel has been momentarily delayed. Please remain seated. Your time machine vehicle will begin moving again at any moment. Please remain seated. We'll resume our journey shortly. Thank you.
The girth of billions of interactions. And once again, we stand on the brink of a new renaissance. A truly global community, poised to shape the future of this, our spaceship Earth. Well done. Now, along with your answers, let's add in some amazing new technology. The future is just about ready. Let's take a look, shall we?
Welcome to the future. Or should I say, your future. And with solar power from your home fueling station, you're off. You won't have to worry about your pets while you're gone, thanks to handy household robots. Travel agent. Hotels, check. Restaurants, check. Guided tours, check. And the moment you arrive, the end. Or should I say the beginning of your future.
Okay, wait a minute. I need to sit down. I cannot believe that I actually finally got to see the painted over space station. I have been going on this ride for decades, and I've never once seen the old painted over space station. I don't remember exactly when it is that they had painted over it, but I know they painted over it, and it's towards the end. And so it's like right before you enter that light tunnel with all the stars. If you just look behind you and like look up, you can see the old space station. I'm like in awe that I finally now, right before it's gonna close for a refurb, granted it's not a whole refresh like changing the ride, but I finally got to see it and I was geeking out. And yeah, like I said, towards the end when you're on the backwards tunnel, you can actually see the old graduation scene. I think it was too hard to see on camera, so I'll just post a photo of it. But oh my god, I cannot believe I actually saw a space station. I know it's such a dumb, small thing to get excited over, but I am just like so fascinated by like old rides and things that don't exist anymore in rides, or stuff that still remains that was a part of an attraction before. That was awesome. I'm gonna go see now if Test Track is finally open. Okay, so Test Track is still down. I think World Showcase opened, but I might actually make my way over to the Land Pavilion to ride my favorite ride, obviously. It's my namesake, so let's go do Living with the Land. Back behind me is the Flavors of Fire, and they're still working on the fire pit and cooking up some barbecue. And honestly, as someone who worked in culinary for over half a decade, it's kind of like warming my heart, like seeing everybody test out and try to learn and cook the new meals. That was always one of my favorite things whenever we'd introduce a new like menu item. That day where everyone just comes in and you all get to cook it and experience it together, and it's free food. It's really nice seeing that again. You know, sometimes I do miss like camaraderie of working in a kitchen, but those days are long gone. I absolutely love Living with the Land. It brings me so much like comfort. Honestly, it's like probably, I mean, it is my favorite ride on property. It's so comforting. I literally can't come to the parks without riding it. I would recommend, if you've never done it, to do the behind the scenes tour. I just did it with Ashley when we went on our little mini moon. And it was awesome. You go behind the seeds of the greenhouse. They show you, you know, the inner workings of the greenhouse. They give you cucumber samples. It's really, really cool. And it's not expensive at all. I think it was like $35, $40 if I'm not mistaken. Might be a little bit less, might be a little bit more. But well worth it, especially if you're a fan of Living with the Land. And then during Christmas, they actually do like a Christmas light overlay, and they have its own separate tour. So I definitely recommend doing that too. We're gonna try to do it this year for the first time, but I love Living with the Land so much. Now it is 10:48. We have to try to ride Test Track, so let's see if it's open again. Nope, Test Track is still closed. Well, it started to pour. Nice. And I'm on my way to Creations to buy an umbrella. I got my camera tucked away, weatherproof bag, but my god, I bought an umbrella. In the meantime, I'm gonna go drink like 5 shots of Beverly. I'm not even kidding. I actually genuinely enjoy Beverly because one of my favorite cocktails is a Negroni. So I'm gonna get some Beverly. I have lunch at Biergarten in about an hour or so. So I'm gonna get some Beverly and make my way towards World Showcase. Man, I hope I get to ride Test Track today, but it's okay. We're gonna make the most of the day. Let's go get some grub. Well, I'm gonna have to use my phone for the time being, but here's the new Guardians of the Galaxy food booth. It's gonna have gyozas. I wish it had that like cookies and cream puff thing that they have at California Adventure. The Cosmic Orb, that's what it's called. I'm excited to try whatever they have here. Here's Australia, and it smells like they're actually cooking and trying out the meals here too. And it looks like they're getting the Odyssey ready for the brewing lab once again with Bunsen and Beaker. Honeydew. I hope they bring back the pickle shake because I genuinely enjoy it. Here's China, as per usual. No testing being done today though. So looks like the Alps are back this year. I hope they have the raclette. I love the raclette, even though it smells terrible. Here's the regular Germany. There's no testing being done, it seems like, on any of the World Showcase ones except Australia. I have about a half hour before my Biergarten reservation. So I'm gonna just keep trucking along. Ooh, maybe I'll get some caramel couché. Alright, I'm gonna keep trucking along World Showcase and check out some of the other booths. Up next is Italy. Oh, I was wrong. Up next is actually Spain. My family just came back from Spain. They spent about 10 days. I've never been myself, but they usually have like paella. They have like a, if I'm not mistaken, they had like a charcuterie thing once, but it had like shrimp and stuff. Now on to Italy. Do you guys remember when these little guys would go into zombie mode? I wonder if they still do that. Here is Italy. The much maligned Italy booth. Don't think anyone's testing here either yet. Oh, construction is finally done on the tower. No more of that scrim that had it painted on. Okay, that's a nice sight. You know, I'm ashamed to say I've never eaten at Regal Eagle, and I know it's like one of the best quick service places on property, but I have yet to eat here. So I definitely think that's gonna be a must try, especially if they have like a pit barbecue. Okay, I definitely want to try it out. You know, I'll never forget the last time I was at this theater was for the 40th anniversary of Epcot, and that was such an amazing day. Like, I often go back and rewatch the ceremony that they had here, because they had a choir singing the Horizons theme song. That was a really, really good day. Here's the American booth, fresh ale and East Coast cuisine. So I'm guessing a lot of like Massachusetts fare. They had a lobster roll here one year that was absolutely incredible, and I haven't seen it since, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really been a big fan of the American booth the last couple of years, but it's had some hits. There is actually something brand new here in the Japanese pavilion that I am so excited to check out. It just popped up this week, so I want to take a look at it and see if we can grab it. Here it is. Traditional Japanese gachapon vending machines. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna grab one of these. I'm gonna grab the Kirby ones because I love Kirby. I wonder what other ones that they have around here. Are they all the same? Oh, they have Whales, Kirby, Ultraman, more Kirby. Okay, I think I'm gonna get a Kirby and an Ultraman. Alright, let's see what I got. Okay, so you tap your card here, and then you pick whichever one you want, and then I pick the Kirby. I hope I get the Rare Stone. But then you just turn the handle, turn to the right, and then the gachapon will come out. Alright, I got the gachapon. Let's see which one I got. This tape is on there. Come on. This tape is not coming out. There we go, I got the tape off. Let's see. I got it! I got it! Oh my god, I got the rare star. There we go, that's good luck. It might be raining, but I got good luck. Now the prices do range anywhere between like $9 to $12, but it's just really cool having a piece of like day-to-day Japanese pop culture here because it's a really, really big thing over there. The next thing they need here is pachinko. I would love a pachinko machine here. That was awesome. I'm so glad I got the rare. Here is the Japan booth too. No testing on this one, but it is looking beautiful. Also, I think it's almost time for my lunch reservation in Germany, so let's go ahead and make our way back. Alright, so I'm gonna check into Biergarten now. I've never eaten here. This is gonna be my first time. I'm very, very excited. I've always wanted to eat here. I've heard that there's a show. I've heard that it's a buffet. I am very, very hungry, but let's see what kind of damage I can do in there, but I'm very, very excited to try it out. So some of their offerings is seasoned salads, roasted chicken, traditional sausages, sauerkraut, I love sauerkraut, potatoes, spatzel, schnitzel, apple strudel, plant-based options. All right, let's give it a try. And so they have a quick service option here, but the actual restaurant isn't there. I did get a little look at some of the food that they have in there, and I am ready to eat. Yeah, I love it in here. It is really, really nice. The theming is so good. I also love that it's like an outdoor nighttime village. Like I can literally see the moon over there. I'll show you guys around afterwards. But it's lovely in here. I'm right next to the stage, and apparently the show is going to start probably in like 45 minutes. So I'm going to stick around for the show. And I just put my drink order in. I'll show you guys the drink menu now. But yeah, there's a whole section. It goes from like right to left. So as soon as I get my drink, I am gonna skedaddle over there and get some food. And this is the drink menu. So you have a beer flight. They have beer selections. I didn't get a beer yet, but they do have something special here under the soft drinks. Here's the wines. But they have a German Spezi, and it's a combination of Coke and Fanta. So that's what I ordered. So I'm gonna give that a try, and then maybe I'll get a beer. But I'm gonna go grab some food now. And here are the salads. That potato salad looks real good. We got some Spatzel, Sauerbraten. So this is all the hot foods. Red cabbage, seasoned vegetables, pretzel dumplings, veal pot roast. I won't be having that. I don't eat veal. All the dressings. And then over here they have the desserts. Black Forest. Oh, Baumkuchen. Chocolate chip cookies. Peach crumble cake. Mini sacher cake. Salted caramel cheesecake. Oh my god. Apple strudel. Some caramel sauce and apples. And then my server, Ida, she actually called this the picky eater section, but it's for kids. They have macaroni and cheese, peas and carrots, chicken schnitzel, and potato pancakes. Oh, and the applesauce. So actually the host actually recommended to get some of the potato pancakes and then put applesauce on top of it. So I will be trying that in her honor. Some bologna liverwurst. No, thank you. Cheese and beer soup with pretzel buns. Bratwurst. Regensburger. Bratwurst. Sauerkraut. Roasted potatoes. Roasted chicken. Looks like salmon. A red wine sauce. Meatballs. And pork schnitzel. Alright, let's get some food. Okay, so I ended up getting the salads that like I normally don't see. So I have like I guess a traditional German like potato salad, beans and pea salad, a tomato salad, and a macaroni salad. And then I did get my German Spezi. Look at how cute this is. It comes in like a barrel. All right, let's give the Fanta Coke a try. It's pretty good. It like reminds me like when you're a kid and you go to the fountain and you just put like one of everything. That's what it reminds me of, but it's refreshing. I have a bit of headache too, so this is nice. Okay, now I'm gonna try the salads. It's red potatoes, so that's good. The beans and peas looks like it has like cabbage in it. The beans are a little chalky. I'll try the tomato salad now. I think the tomato salad is my favorite thing on this plate. Okay, so now I got what I'm gonna call the appetizer plate. I got the roasted potatoes, the beer and cheese soup, pretzel roll, bratwurst, and sauerkraut. The pretzel was like the most appetizing thing. It's like when you go to Cooper's Hawk and they give you the pretzel roll. So this is like the #1 thing that I wanted to try. The beer and cheese soup is delicious. It's a little sour in like a not off-putting way. It's like borderline like the cheddar cheese type soup, like the one at Le Cellier. But I like it. I like that it's sour. Like I said, not in an off-putting way. Let's get some sauerkraut. It's so weird that I like sauerkraut. I don't think I know anybody that actually likes it. That bratwurst is delicious. Just look at how good the theming is here. This is pretty insane. Okay, so now I have the main course, the main entrees. I got the roasted chicken. I forgot what this was, but it was that like beef with the gravy. And this was called a pretzel dumpling. I got the pork schnitzel. I got the meatballs. I got the spätzle. I got the potato pancake with the applesauce, and then the mac and cheese. Okay, so I've had a little bit of everything on like the main plate. The spätzle, I've made it before at home. It's basically like buttered noodles almost. From I remember, the way that I made it at home was also almost like making spaghetti noodles from scratch. But you kind of like pass it through a strainer, so it has like a bunch of clumps, and then it would go right into the boiling water, and then you get your spätzle. The pork schnitzel is phenomenal. That is so good. The meatball, kind of like an IKEA meatball, that like braised beef type thing. Again, the name escapes me. It has a very like tangy ketchup flavor to it. I haven't tried the roasted chicken yet. I'm about to try the dumpling. But what I did want to try with all of you is the applesauce and potato pancakes. That is so surprisingly good. Because it's like a hash brown, but then has the sweetness of the applesauce on top. Okay, all right, Germany. That pretzel dumpling was unbelievable. Other than the pork schnitzel, that pretzel dumpling is the best thing here. And apparently you're supposed to put like mustard dressing on top of it, but it did not need it. It was almost like their version of like a corn fritter or like a conch fritter, but the pretzel dumpling was phenomenal. I'm not a big fan of this like braised beef. The mac and cheese is really good too.
Herzlich willkommen, meine lieben Damen und Herren. Welcome to the German Biergarten, everybody. We're glad you're here.
There's a whole dance floor out there. Ashley's not here, so I'm not going on the dance floor. That is really, really cool. And I'm having the dessert now. The Baumkuchen like layer pudding thing was really good, but the salted caramel. That salted caramel is unbelievable.
In Germany, when somebody says ticket, everyone shouts, "Hoi, hoi, hoi!" So here we go, drinks up. Ticket, ticket,
Oi, oi, oi!
Ticket, ticket.
Oi, oi, oi!
Ticket, ticket.
Oi, oi, oi!
Roast. Now clink glasses the folks around you.
How much fun was that? I knew that there was going to be a show. I've never seen it, so I wasn't sure what to expect. But that was a lot of fun. The Ricola, like the big, that was really cool. That was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. The food was pretty great. The dessert, that salted caramel dessert, was amazing. A couple standouts: the pork schnitzel, the salted caramel dessert, and that pretzel dumpling. Those, and then the show. I would definitely recommend coming here. Let's look at the bill. So it came out to $46 with the annual pass discount. So would I do it again? I would come back if I had a group of people and we all had like beers and stuff. It sounds like a really fun time, and maybe we all like dance and stuff. But I really enjoyed it. I'm happy I came. I don't really have many complaints. Like, some of the desserts were whatever. All right, perfect. I actually did see that Test Track is open, so I am going to pay and run over there. Forget the rest of the World Showcase. I need to go ride Test Track now. Test Track is currently at about 135 minutes, so I'm gonna try and see how long the single rider is, but I don't know if my odds are looking very good today, because I do have to go to Animal Kingdom and shoot another video for the Boneyard, so wish me luck. So just a closer look at the brewing laboratory. It looks like maybe these might be things that they're gonna have for the festival. I wasn't here last year for the festival, but it looks like the pickle milkshake is there. Olive juice and like a spicy drink, or maybe that's the sauce, I don't know. I'm really excited to see what they have. We'll be back first week of October, so I'll be able to finally try everything here. I would have come next weekend, but I'm blocked out, so I will see what this has in store for me in October. Oh man, I miss hearing that whirring of that car. Okay, here you go. 4th time's the charm today. I have a good feeling. We're gonna ride Test Track 3.0. Now, Test Track 3.0 was said to be inspired by World of Motion, which is what was here prior to Test Track 1.0. And I do see that they brought back the atrium, like I said earlier, with what it used to look like, with the like Omni-Mover vehicles. But let's see. Oh, wow. It's like a blend of the last two versions. Guys, I'm in the queue and I'm pretty sure it's down again. I've been standing here for like 25 minutes and nothing is moved. Wait a minute, oh my god, I think I'm finally getting on.
We've always been dreaming about the road to tomorrow.
And now, we set a course for the future.
I was finally able to ride it. Wow. I guess I'm like a little bit emotional just because I miss Test Track so much. And it felt like such an old Epcot ride when she's like, oh, like, this is how, you know, I see your world. And it's like the practical sets, the practical houses, and then it turns into like, you know, the bit, you know, like what AI sees, like when they drive the autopilot and stuff like that for electric vehicles. But seeing that, like, the house of the future, it reminded me so much of like back in like Innoventions, like that big house sets that they would have in there, the House of Tomorrow, or when you're on Carousel of Progress and you see, which I know it's in Magic Kingdom, but you see the House of Tomorrow with the oven and the whole thing and the family there on Christmas. Something about this one, I know it was like inspired by World of Motion, which it does have in like a garage scene, it does have like a little Easter egg of World of Motion. I hope I was able to like capture it because I used my phone to record, but it felt so much like old Epcot, and I really, really enjoyed it because it's still Test Track at the end of the day. Do I miss like the safety hazard testing? Yeah, of course. But I do like this a lot more than Test Track 2.0. Test Track 2.0 I felt like was trying to be too much like a Tron type of thing, but this was great. I'm really, really happy with it, especially that like breathtaking scene where it's like right before the launch when you're about to get shot outside and you see like what the future looks like, and it's like a gigantic screen from like end to end. It's like a canopy. That was really, really impressive. So I'm really, really happy I was able to ride it after so many times today just being denied of nobody's fault but bad luck. But it was really nice to finally ride it, and I'm really glad that it's back because I missed it. I missed it a lot, and it's gonna be nice to hear that little whir as it spins around. But for now, I'm gonna go grab something from Creations Shop for Ashley. and then I'm gonna make my way out of the park. All right, so I got the Pluto shirt, I got the pink Fabulous shirt, and I'm making my way out of here. I am actually gonna go shoot another video at Animal Kingdom for the Boneyard, but you'll see that one next week or sometime later this week. So if you see me wearing the same clothes, don't be alarmed. But honestly, today was great. We had a couple of setbacks with the rain and test track, but honestly, at the end of the day, it was all about her. And finally getting some much needed love and TLC. So I cannot wait to see what Spaceship Earth is like when it reopens later this year. And if they do extend the refurbishment, then it is also much needed. I can't even complain. I'm so happy that I finally got to see that painted over space station. I'm finally happy that I got to ride Test Track 3.0. Biergarten, awesome. Today was a fantastic day at Epcot. And thank you everyone for coming with me. I love you all. I'll see y'all in the next one. In sync checkup.